DocMas
resident.
Oh, hey,
Well,
you're here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been weeks.
I know it hasn't. I've always been here.
It's been weeks.
Everyone says that you're crazy for thinking that it's been weeks. I'm always here.
What?
You haven't been here. I've been here ready to record for weeks.
Oh my God.
This is on you.
What? Oh my God.
I've just been waiting. The mics have been set up.
Holy shit, this
Yeah.
whole time?
I just figured Josh was better than me. I guess that's where this is going.
Wow.
Hashtag last year the podcast.
Here I thought you weren't available,
No, it's on
and you had just been waiting for me the whole time.
Yeah, there's been zero communication, so I figured.
Yeah, well, that's my preferred approach.
To a relationship.
Yeah. Just leave me alone. Don't talk to me.
It's DocMas 6?
DocMas 6.
Good God. Why are we
Yeah.
still doing
And
this?
this year it ends with DocMas 6.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
finally.
finally.
Fuck. Oh, we're gonna fuck.
Oh my God, you asked for it.
And some of you are gonna pay for it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro, we're gonna fuck.
Good Lord.
This year, like every year, we will be releasing one episode every single day for the 12 days leading up to Christmas.
Baby.
Yeah, and this is episode 1. We recorded all on one single day.
Yeah.
All the episodes. And every year we pose some sort of challenge to ourselves.
Yeah. This year it'll be like, can we even wait until episode 12? To fuck. We'll be removing one article of clothing every episode until we have no choice but to consummate the podcast.
Yeah, we've won awards. It's finally time to make this official.
Time to make an honest podcast out of this.
Podcasts.
Oh yeah. Get that, tap that pod ass.
Yeah. So
Is this the right tone for Christmas?
ho.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah, we've never done that before.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's true.
the kettle's ready.
Oh, here.
Yeah,
What do you need?
No,
from me?
it's okay. We'll wait.
Oh, okay.
So every year we do some sort of punishment to ourselves.
Yes, yeah.
First year was rum and eggnog.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, but not to be outdone by white wine.
DocMas 2 is probably the worst it ever got.
Yeah,
White wine DocMas goes down in infamy. I think there's like a full episode and a half where you don't talk.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Yeah.
It was poor choice.
DocMas 3 was Caesar's.
Best year.
Maybe the best year.
The easiest one to handle.
Yeah, although I think I do pass out in episode 7 or 8. Unrelated.
Yeah, no, of course. DocMas 4 was...
DocMas 4 was
chicken
increasing
nuggets.
numbers of chicken nuggets.
Yes. The thing that we thought would be the easiest and ended up being
It's the only
second
DocMas
hardest.
we never finished.
It's true.
Because I could have, but I chose to end where you ended. But DocMas...
Things he says to all of his partners.
Yeah, I could have finished.
Yeah. I just
I
chose...
could have. I swear to God.
I let you finish first.
I could have finished, but since you didn't, I won't either. You're welcome. Read out. And last year was Hotmas.
Yeah.
We did hot ones. We did the increasingly spicy wings.
And it's so perfectly fitting that
we've done a couple of years of eating. We've done a couple of years of alcohol.
Yeah.
Need something different.
but also it's perfectly fitting that you are both sick.
And Poco.
Yeah.
I'm coming out of it.
So we can continue the year of Coughmas.
Yeah, baby. I don't know if I said it on air, but the quote resolution is not done of that whole thing is that it turns out that I had pneumonia the whole time.
Yeah.
For like months I had pneumonia.
Yeah. A thing that kills people.
Yeah, but I should have gone to the doctor sooner.
Oh, what? Wait, what? What? A thing that I've been saying for years?
I was pretty sure I don't remember if you had said it. Kind of can't believe you never said it to me.
Yeah, I'm a bad
kind
friend.
of friend are you? So at any rate,
So this year we're doing Cough Me.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we're doing coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Yeah.
Hey, why are we doing coffee?
No reason
It's
specific.
like coffee, like part of your life now.
There's been a lot of like speculation on the Discord of like what's going on with my life right now, and I do like the a little too close to home thing from Lovely Miss Long, which was like whenever Richard gets into something, he like fully gets into things and like drops all of his other responsibilities.
Oh, are you saying that the listeners know us?
It is funny because some people that are close to my
Have
life.
we shared too much of ourselves on the show and on the Patreon?
I have some people in my life that think it's very funny that the vision of me that the people of this podcast and maybe even you have is so like diametrically different than who I actually am in the real world.
Is it though?
Because everyone here pastes me as like a troll who like lives for chaos.
Yeah. I mean, right. You are, but kind of only privately in real life. Yeah, you're actually quite.
I'm a very nice.
You're quite diplomatic.
I'm easy to work with. I'm very I'm a monster on mic.
Yeah,
which is
you let it all out here.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, we're doing coffee this year. Partly the reason is I am now a barista.
Yes,
but I'm not bringing any of that skills to the table here. I was just
thanks.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. I'm just pouring some fucking liquid into some hot bean juice, and we'll just suck it back.
You had me at sucking back hot bean juice.
Yeah. But yeah, I have coffee has become part of my life. But that was more of just the inspiration for this year, which was I was like, what's a challenge we haven't given ourselves? And I was like, we've done liquor, we've done like wine, we've like, and I was like, I can't really do beer. That might actually.
I said uppers, and you said, can we just take that down a notch to caffeine?
Yeah. So, but caffeine felt like a thing that I was like, I mean, that's been the thing, a part of the podcast, sort of like. Subtly for years.
Yeah, that's true.
We always drink coffee when we record.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's true.
But I was like, more specifically, I was like, it's a thing that like I have a low tolerance for, so there's potential for comedy there.
Interesting. I need to eat or I'll get real jittery.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what happens to us.
That's why I brought a normal selection of snacks.
The craziest collection of things to if I asked somebody to bring snacks, this is not the thing that I thought somebody would bring. This is somebody who's never been asked for snacks and was like, what do people snack on?
What do humans eat?
Yeah, yes.
I brought a bag of 6 cheese buns.
Some trail mix. Great podcast, snacks.
An individual bag of chocolate dip pretzels.
Yeah.
A bag of salmon jerky.
Salmon jerky, yeah. Yeah, and then one normal snack. But the thing that is literally on the bag, it's like, this is the loudest snack you'll ever eat. It just like in big broken letters says crunchy on it. Incredible podcast food.
I had a slight method, but never mind. I didn't just want to bring like 6 bags of chips. I don't want to just eat chips for 7 hours.
No, that would be.
And in my head, I was like, we'll order food at some point today. So I was like, just a variety of things.
We're gonna order some loose meat, so it's gonna go great for these buns you bought. Yeah.
Anyway,
so we've got
coffee.
But yeah, so I did some a little bit of prep work for the coffee by asking a nurse that I know, will this kill us? Because
she said,
well, she said, you should be careful. They're like, you'll probably be fine. But like, if any of I got a message this morning that said, if either of your heart rates go above 115, please stop.
Oh, I didn't wear my watch.
Well, yeah. Also, I was like, I think some of us maybe standing heart rate might be around there.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know. No, actually, my heart rate is relatively low.
When I did ask them, I said, this is not your professional opinion. This is just for kicks. What do you think?
Right.
Because I do not want them legally feeling binded to this question.
I do.
Yeah. But
someone has to pay.
I also Googled it. And Google says in a whole day, you shouldn't consume more than 6 to 8 cups of coffee.
Okay.
We're going to roughly double that, but that's okay.
Okay.
All right.
I guess we'll just have to. What soaks up caffeine?
Great question. Something I should have looked up after that.
Yeah, that might have been the thing.
No, I didn't do that.
That was why Caesars went so well.
Hold on. Actually, I'm reading right now. It says 6 cheese buns.
Yeah, vindication.
See, there's a method.
6 cheese buns, an individual sized pack of chocolate covered pretzels,
One thing of salmon jerky for one person,
a party bag of crunchy cheesies,
and trail mix for a year. Wow, I guess, yeah. I mean, oh wait, no. This was actually the list of things that people needed to bring for the gold rush.
Yeah, I have to cart that up over the mountain.
Yeah, you just missed the 10 pounds of bacon. That's it.
Yeah. I don't have like a 10-ton sack of flour. Yeah.
So the coffee has been continuously heating up here, so I feel like we should get our first cups.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the coffee that I had gotten, it was actually from an advent calendar that my wife had given me of coffee that comes in these little pouches with a little spout on them.
Yeah, which
For
I
pouring.
think you should just drink them from the thing.
No, it's for pouring.
Fine.
But
Fucking hipster.
let's. I'm gonna figure out how this works now.
Okay.
Okay, that was instantaneous and obviously a thing that I'm glad that I did
well
partway through the
planned.
podcast. Yeah.
I will say that during what you will not have perceived as a break.
Yeah.
I did.
No, I'm
start,
leaving it all.
I did start eating a cheese bun.
Yeah, and it was delicious, and I think you're glad that you
It's
bought.
fine. I don't know what to tell you, man.
You panicked when I asked you to get a snack 20 minutes before you came.
I did. I panicked.
You're like, snack, we didn't talk about this.
I normally need a lot more notice.
So, our first coffee is from Peru.
Okay.
So this is it's a single basically this one company gets roasts from all these different places, but
Right.
they don't promote who the companies are. So
Okay.
you're just basically you just know, like, it's called the Brew Company,
Right.
that creates these advent calendars. But this is like on the sort of. I'm not going to try to get pretentious about this.
Good luck.
But there's a thing that people do to describe the taste of coffee that are never actual taste descriptions. They use words like mild and strong, which are not taste describers.
Right.
Those are...
That's strength. That's not
Yeah.
a character of its flavor.
Yeah.
Right.
Which drives me
Yes.
crazy.
That's fair, yeah.
It drives me kind of nuts. But this one, these are all single origin, which means that they're coming from typically one area,
Right.
or one region. It's very rare that you're actually getting from one single farm because most farms can't produce enough coffee to actually commercially produce.
Right.
But you're typically working with a co-packer or something like that. But anyway, so this is hand roasted in Denmark,
Okay.
but it's originally from Peru.
Okay.
And yeah, let's try it before we start adding things to it because
Okay.
I'm curious to know what
All
this will
right,
taste
here we
like.
go. Coffee number 1.
Thoughts?
It's nice. And I'm realizing that having a stuffed nose and being sick completely undermines any version of me having a palate.
Yeah, that's true. A person who also maybe doesn't have a really strong
Who also
taste.
famously has no sense of
Yeah.
smell.
So this one is definitely closer to a dark roast. You're getting a bit more bitters in there, not as much fruit and sours that you're getting.
Yeah,
from a
you
light
take
roast.
this one.
Yeah, I'll take this one.
I'll come in when it's more complex.
Of course.
Yeah. It tastes like wake me up.
It tastes like caffeine.
Yeah.
It's strong.
Hey, if this was a little stronger, could you snort it?
Because then I'm on board.
Then I'm in.
But yes, this is a good coffee. Peruvian coffee typically is pretty decent. It's I like a lot of South American coffees the most.
Sure.
I think, but Ethiopian's all right. It's probably my second favorite.
Right.
Somalia has actually gotten really good, and India randomly has come out of nowhere.
India.
But the best coffee that people can get in the world's often where it all ends up is in Australia.
Really?
Not because they're farming it necessarily there, but they like have some of the best roasting practices and baristas and stuff that.
I mean, it's funny to me in like the kind of roasting doesn't feel like it should be geographic.
No.
It's not like, like, well, the wine in France is good because, then it's like about soil, climate, like there's like those kind of things. So it feels to me like coffee should generally, and there is the bean component to it. But because there's also this like roast thing, it's very like in a global world, how is there regionality to roasting? I know there is.
Yeah.
But how does that even happen? It feels like at some point someone goes like, "Oh, well, we do this," and they go like, "Okay," and then just everyone would do it. It's weird to me. Is it just about like the wood that's being burned, or is it about like access to certain equipment, or like how could it possibly be as regional as it is?
A lot of it comes down to preference.
Sure, okay.
Like regional preference. The problem is that like especially like in like the like Midwest.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, like some of the best coffee in Canada is actually in Calgary.
Interesting.
Because that's where the national championships are for barista.
Really?
Yeah. Weirdly, I don't really know how that happened, but that's where it is. And so a lot of like some of the best baristas are there. And really, what makes the best coffee is it really comes down to baristas and like a decent roaster. The regionality and like the like how roasters can be different in different places. A lot of it comes down to preference of like what that community likes and how like the thing about like Alaska and the Yukon is they typically make a really good dark roast, and that's part of the big problem with a lot of North America is that so much of North America's like dark roast preferences ends up being burnt.
Yeah,
because people
it's just like it's to make it all the same.
Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter where the beans come from,
but because people in the farther north are looking for like a heartier flavor because we're just living in a more wild climate, we've just gotten better at doing dark roasts.
Interesting. Sure. Okay.
And so because of that, I find that like you just get a better tasting dark roast here because it's not burnt because people know exactly where to do that.
Right.
I think that my preferences lie more towards light and medium roasts because I like a lot of the fruity and sour flavors that you can get out of those.
Right.
But like you can get a lot of like chocolate and like creaminess from because with darker coffee you're often bringing out more sugars. I mean, we can get way too deep into it, but like a darker roast.
It's gonna be the longest DocMas of
episode 1.
Yeah. We'll be here for 12 days.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's where a lot of that will come from. But this is a decent cup. I mean, it's not. There's not a ton of bitterness in this for like a darker roast, which is pretty decent. I'd love to see how it does it as an espresso, but it
tastes nice. I like
it's good. Now let's fuck it up.
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
Add up. I brought in some oat. I think it's oat nog. Yes, oat eggnog, and some fucking rum, baby.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because you didn't get to have my eggnog latte.
No, I didn't. You posted that, and I was so upset because I was homesick. Because I'm a real eggnog latte slut.
Are you? And I mean,
bigger than PSL. I live for eggnog latte.
Well, and Starbucks just stopped making them.
You know what? Of course, I should have known. You don't respect your workers. You don't make eggnog lattes. Go to hell, Starbucks.
Yeah, hot take.
I'm brave.
I was told this weekend too. I made the best latte, eggnog latte anybody's ever had.
Ooh,
yeah.
How many eggnog lattes have they had? I bet they haven't had more than me.
They are. They're like their favorite drink is the Starbucks eggnog latte.
I mean, I do love that one too, but I guess I won't be having it anymore. In solidarity with workers and also due to lack of supply.
Yeah. Guess I'm the only game in town, baby.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, should we do the episode?
Oh, yeah. Well, why don't we get into DocMas?
Such a deranged detour.
It's fine. We're half an hour in. It's fine.
We're half an hour in. I mean, a lot of that is...
Yeah, 5 minutes of that was the thing.
Oops.
Let's get into the questions.
Sure, let's do it. Yeah.
today's episode. First question comes from Facebook.
Going to the face and the book. Going to the Facebook.
From Braden Ketty, who asks, fun science fact, guano, bat dung, is very toxic, so it won't be crime fighting that kills the Dark Knight. It will be histoplasmosis.
Jesus.
By your diagnosis, how long do Batman and Alfred have to live?
Is it like toxic immediately to inhale or just over time?
I would assume over time.
I think they've done the bit on the animated show and like in the comics and stuff before that Alfred is like constantly cleaning the Batcave.
Yeah. So Alfred's going to die.
Yeah. But Alfred was also like in the army, like he's probably survived some sort of horrible chemical weapons test or something. Yeah, that's interesting. How long do they have? Yeah, I think Bruce is fine, but Alfred would bite.
Well, I mean, here's the real question then behind. Let me see how deep I can dig into this question.
Sure, let's do it.
How long what's the longest extent of time that Bruce has been Batman? Like how many years? Like if you, I guess if
in continuity, how many years? That's tough. I mean,
like if we consider like Beyond,
let's look at the animated things. Probably the best version of that. The Beyond universe, like when Terry is Batman, that is 35 years in the quote future from the generic present. Yeah. During the Justice League era, Justice League Unlimited and that, Bruce has already had 2 Robins.
Nice.
Because we don't really talk about Jason in that universe.
Sure.
There's been Dick and there's been Tim.
Yeah.
So then let's say he's been doing it between 5 and 10 years.
Yeah.
There, right?
Okay.
There's probably a time marker or something in Mask of the Phantasm that I'm not remembering, but let's say he's been doing it about 10 years. And that puts him in his early 30s.
Yeah.
He stops being Batman in Batman Beyond at about my math must be off here. But I think he stops in his 50s.
Sure.
Or almost 60. That's when he's in the Beyond suit, but his heart is given up, and he, in an act of desperation, holds a gun up to stop a guy from beating him to death. And then he's like, oh, fuck, look what I've become, and he gives up. And then he's been gone for 20 years or something.
Yeah.
So actually, I think it's a lot longer than that. That Bruce was probably Batman for like 30 years.
Okay. So, but Alfred's dead
before he gave it up.
Alfred's dead and Beyond, though.
Oh yeah.
So we know Alfred dies from histoplasmosis.
But Alfred's also older than him.
No, I think we can tell that.
Okay, that was sorry. I did all of that for you to just be like he dies first.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also now we know roughly that like there's a continuity where he's alive longer than like 30, 40 years.
Bruce certainly in that universe does not die of that, and he is like healthy into his 80s or like 90s.
Sure.
Meaning that it never gets to him. And Alfred has been gone for a long time,
so
too.
it killed Alfred because he was cleaning. That makes sense.
But is it Bruce cleaning then? He doesn't get a new butler.
I mean, he probably gets like a robot butler or something. We don't see.
I don't remember seeing anything like that.
Well, they don't need to talk about it.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Maybe he designed that suit specifically.
I was going to throw the answer out there that, like everything else, Bruce just like exposed himself to enough bat guano that now he's immune or some shit like that. But yeah,
it just makes me think of that the Ace Ventura second movie.
Yeah.
Guano.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Let's go to the next question.
Let's do it.
All right, we're going over to Twitter.
That's Twitter.
First question comes from our favorite religious representative,
Chris Chan,
the one and only, who asks, "How would you envision DocCon, i.e., a con for all the Dr. DC podcast fans to gather in person, to be like?"
Okay. How would we envision that event to be?
Chris Hansen shows up at some point.
I think it's interesting. I mean, our fans are spread out, so it'd be tough to pick a location.
I know, yeah. I mean,
there's
largely
there's a lot
States.
of, well, yes, but a lot of Floridians, a lot of Californians.
Yeah.
There's a decent kind of concentration in Canada and the U.S. in the sort of northeast, the corridor, Toronto, Montreal, New York, like all that kind of area. It would be and then we do have like international contingents.
Sure.
It would be tough, but I think, let's get everyone down to Florida. I'm calling it. We're
doing it at lovely Miss Long's place.
It's gonna be in Florida. It's gonna be in the middle of hurricane season.
Of course. Do the world a favor
because we're good at planning.
Yeah. Obviously.
It'll be there.
It's gonna have a lot of really confused.
What would you imagine the panels or the what other guests would there be? Just people who've been guests on the show.
Oh, sure. I think in the crowd there'd be a lot of really confused medical professionals.
Yeah.
At DocCon.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's anything like when we get random listeners, it's like people see doctor and they go, all right.
The panels. Obviously, there would be a Morrison retrospective from Kyle Clark.
Yeah. I do think there would be some sort of we'd have to have some sort of like showcase to display our awards.
Of course, our
accolades.
There's DC Creatures and Why We Fuck Them by Keith Carey.
yeah. Keith Carey moderates that one. Yeah. I think we'd put Jaffe in the center of the hall, just screaming what the actual like. We'd be playing old episodes over the loudspeaker, but only the bits where we've gotten stuff wrong. And then Jaffe would just be like, "That's not no."
It's Jaffe and Bruno.
Jaffe and Bruno
in like a kiosk, an information kiosk.
Yeah, they're the only ones that know what's happening.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
I think that you would have a Simon King would do a corruption in the DC universe.
Oh yeah.
He would have a panel.
Yeah, I like that. I think Artists Alley. We'd obviously have to. We'd have the artist that did the
the Friendly Pigeon
who did the infamous
artwork.
We'd get whoever the artist was that that the residents paid to do the design of me as Aquaman riding you as a mermaid.
Yeah, whoever did all of those character creations.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, which resident was that? But yes, they brought all of the old dial docs to life. Yeah. That would be an Artist Alley.
Your sister would do after hours drinking game.
Yeah, like a pub crawl kind of thing. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, a pub crawl in Florida in hurricane season. Yeah.
It's about as well as we plan things, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. I think that would be that's DocCon.
Yeah, that's DocCon.
We don't show up.
And we'll see you there in 2023.
We won't show up.
We'll see you
we'll see you there in 2023. Yeah.
We wouldn't show up, but not because we don't want to be there, just because I asked Richard to get the tickets, and then he'd be like, "You never told me to," and I'd scroll back through the messages and show him exactly where I said it. He'd go like, "Well, whatever."
Yeah, then I don't read this. I'd ask you to get tickets, and you get them to a different event, and I'd be like, "I don't know how this helps for this thing, but sure."
No, I would get. I know you were expecting plane tickets, but I thought it'd be fun if we took carriage.
Yeah.
Cheese bun?
All right. Next question. We're leaving Twitter and going over to the Doc Scored.
Oh, shit. Fuck me.
Just a thing we're prepared for. Like the coffee, we're prepared for Doc Scored. We just have to do a song parody, and it takes minutes. And all the words are Doc Scored, so it works great.
I'm doxing of a score.
What a fucking cheat.
Christmas.
Not DocMas, a thing that we're doing.
Yep. Oops.
Christmas.
I questioned it as I said it.
Yeah. You didn't feel good about it.
I didn't, no.
Okay, first question from the Doc Score comes from Mullet Overlord, who asks, aside from the obvious CG crowd, is there a creative team that would deter you from reading an Aquaman title?
Oh, interesting. So CG meaning Comicsgate. So basically instead...
Sure, yeah. Instead of
other than people who are like
monsters,
personally like hatefully objectionable. Or they're creators I wouldn't want to see on a book. I mean, I think we've talked around this
or
before.
specifically an Aquaman title.
We've talked around this before. Typically, I shouldn't say typically. I don't always, though, make my decisions of what I'm going to pull based on who is on the book.
Really?
Sometimes I do. You know,
if it's not like a pull that you're constantly doing. Right?
Morrison's a great example. If I see like they've got a new book coming out, I'll go, like, well, I'll get it. Even no matter what the character, like I'll get it.
Sure. But it's like if it's Batman, you're not going to not get Batman.
Batman sometimes I drop, but that's more just about like the story. And then if I see there's a new creative team and I like the sound of the new story, I'll jump on.
What about Aquaman? Is that a thing you just
Aquaman?
Constantly?
I'll just get it
always.
Yeah. You know, Aquaman would just be on my list, and Flash would just be on my list. I think it would have to be a pretty poor book.
Sure.
For several issues for me.
And you would drop off.
And I would drop it. I would not get it.
Yeah.
Certainly, you know, like up front, I guess the only thing I could say to that is that like I'd have a real pause moment if it was John Romita Jr.
Oh, really?
On art. Because I just hate his art so much.
Yeah, fair.
Because that would be like an impediment to me enjoying it. I don't imagine me not getting it, but I think I'd be like, fuck. But I think I think I'd still get it though.
Yeah. I think for me, I very much choose based on who's writing it. Except for I'm like, fuck. I actually haven't got my pulls in a while. I'm pulling a few series that I'm just gonna have.
That'll be fun when you go down. You have to spend like $800 on comics.
Yeah, I don't know. At what point does he stop piling them up?
He won't.
Yeah.
It's happened in the past where things have gone so long and he's contacted people so many times to get them and they've just abandoned their pulls that he's been like, do you want these? And then I've bought them.
Of course. But yeah, otherwise, I think that like largely, I make decisions based on the team who's on it.
Right. Really?
Yeah.
It's not like, well, I want Superman, I want Batman. It's like, I'll get.
There are a few.
I want. There are a few Tom
series.
Taylor. I want.
Yeah, there are a few series that I'm following.
Sure,
but typically I chase the creative team.
Interesting.
But I don't know if there's a creative team that I dislike enough to do that. That isn't comics.
That isn't about that. I mean, that's really kind of my only line for that. Otherwise, I kind of want to see what's up. You know, like there's obviously people I prefer or people that would get me excited, but when I read the solicitations, I'm trying to figure out like, is it a cool take on a story?
Yeah.
I'll sometimes make a decision based on that, and that's about it though. It's the character, it's the story, and then the creative team is sort of like maybe a trump card. If I'm on the fence, but it's got a good creative team, I'll get it. But it's not the
I mean, there is one
thing.
name that I would like.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't get anything from Jim Lee. Like,
yeah, sure, fine, yeah.
Yeah, that I'm like.
Why do you not like Jim Lee?
Here's the thing: an artist can be bad, and that's sometimes fine.
Yeah,
you're
saying Jim Lee's bad.
What I'm saying is, Jim Lee has some bad stuff that he's done, but it's more about the fact that he's been put up so high, and that I find is lauded over so much.
You
that
coward, just say it.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fucking cuck.
I'd like to introduce our guest for the episode.
Wait, how? Walks through the door.
Yeah, he's here.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, he got a coffee. Just to Timmy's on the way.
I don't know what I would have hated more.
Yeah. Be like Jim Lee walking in with a coffee you didn't prepare.
That son of a bitch. Yeah. All right. That is that question. Let's go on to the next one. The last question for this episode.
All right.
Ensign Ricky.
You paused like I have a drop for that.
I don't know. That's a new name and
yep.
Nope, it's all right. Does the doc realize it's a law of physics that when the family gets dog the dad doesn't want, within 2 weeks the dad and dog are best friends? It's an inescapable certainty.
This was from a convert. This came out of a conversation that was happening on the dog squad where it came up again. I don't want a dog. I don't like dogs in my house.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
And everyone always does like, as soon as you get one, you're going to love it. Like, you don't fucking know me.
I mean, he's got a cat and he doesn't like that.
I mean, you know me. Vouch for this.
Yes.
My mind would not change.
No. The thing
If anything, it would make me angrier.
Yes. I was going to, yeah. Do you want to know his secret?
Yeah. I'm always not liking dogs.
Yeah. It's, also, you don't change your opinion easily unless someone has like
because I start from being right.
Unless someone has just even like a mildly logical reason of why. But the problem is that
I respect reason. That's why.
Yes, but the problem with loving dogs is not about reason. It's
it's irrational.
It's an emotional response.
It's foundationally irrational.
All right, I don't know. You're getting a little bit insane, but
I'm right.
But if you can give
welcome to DocMas.
Yeah. If you can give him the smallest logic reason for something, he will break like so much of a soup sandwich. He will come in so hot, and then with the slightest amount of reason will collapse.
That doesn't sound like me.
This is ridiculous. What about this? No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably
do that. All right. That makes sense.
Hey, I'm fun to work with.
Employees.
Right? Right?
I don't have to worry about it. All right.
Hello?
That was the last question. And the end of the first episode of DocMas.
We made it. It took us 8 hours, but we made it.
45 minutes.
That's not bad.
That's actually not too bad.
Considering how many
previous years.
Well, and how many pauses and weird gaps there were. That's actually not bad.
We're not too bad.
No.
So fucking buckle up and get ready for the... No, hold on. I'm not doing that. And get ready for 12 days of insanity and more caffeine. I need to chug this before the next one. This is going to be so hard.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, God. You can reach out to us through our various social media platforms. All of them are basically Dr. DC. Just look them up.
Dr. DC or Dr. DC Podcast.
Yeah. Give us a call. You never fucking do, but try someday.
Wow.
208.
Man, waiting for me to show up all those weeks really embittered you.
Yeah. Fuck this. We got a website. Give us a review. Subscribe to the Patreon. And more importantly, listen to our other podcast, Ghostfacers.
More importantly.
Yeah. It's best TV and film series in Canada, so...
Yeah. And we're the best comedy series. We're the funniest
hasn't this
podcast.
Been funny?
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
What a fucking romp we've had.
Welcome to DocMas.
Oh.
Happy Halloween. It's not the right time.
Nothing would make me more proud than if you shaved your balls. Ho, 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 ho.
Are you gonna fuck Santa?
Adios.
Ciao.
All the superheroes, they always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure, they are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.